Last lecture we managed to put some fake data in our database called table called paintings in a database called new app. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to show all of these records to the user. First of all, let's go and add some routes to our routes file. So these are all folded already for you to be able to see it much better. So I'm going to put a route called data and function. I'm going to use my closure, and inside this I'm going to add a variable called painting and make it equal to my model which I created, paintings. I'm going to use a method called find. If you want to find something from the database, you need to target the IDs, because the IDs are the index-based column, and also they are unique and they never change even if you delete some ID or any records in the future. So we need to target the IDs. But if you use find, for example, find method, inside the find method, inside the parentheses, you need to use you need to find the IDs. You need to grasp the ID and pass it inside the around the parentheses. So inside the parentheses, you're passing ID number 1. If you head over here in ID number 1, which is first ID, as you can see here, the title is the long grass, something like that. I'm not going to read it because it's nonsense. So let's pop over here. And to show, all we need to do is just return the painting. And from the painting, because if you return it right now, it's going to show everything. Let's just return the row variable or row column. Let's go over here and that's data. Okay, something wrong. Yep, because I dates, like I want to eat dates. So this is the first result you can see. The title is the long grass, and the artist is some like that, and you can see they updated that, created that, etc. If you want to see only the title, all you need to do is just pass the title right here, and if you come back here and refresh, you can see the only title. If you want to see all the data from all the let's say database, from all the data in one table, for example, because we targeting the model, instead of find, we need to use all function. So all function, it will show everything for you, all the titles. If you go back here and refresh, again we have done something wrong. Yeah, let's just remove this again, come back here and refresh, and you can see all the data here. Obviously it's really messy, you won't be able to see it. Let's just pass the var dump around this. Var dump around this. I know it's going to give us something a little bit better, but you can see everything is around the pre-tag, and you can see that we have dates, everything. So this is all the data, 50 column, you can see right here. Another point is, if you want to add a record to your database, you can do it between this. So if I say, let's say, if I find the ID number 1 from, let's just here, go back here. If I say painting, let's just say painting, and painting title, let's just change it to something else. Let's say again, let's say my name, and refresh. And after changing it, all we need to do is just save painting dot, save like this, and you're doing 4 steps here. You're finding ID number 1, you're setting a title to a different title, we're saving it, and we're showing a title right here. If you save it and pop over here, refresh, you can see that the title has changed. All those steps is just passed in less than even 100 milliseconds. If you just go back here and refresh, you can see that the title has changed to my name. This is the second thing. The next thing I showed you, it was all, and then the last of all, you can use where. So if I change all of this to something, let me just put this into a comment. Let's say find all. Yep, it's going to find everything for you. If you have been working with database, you know that we have where closure, we have let's say group by, limits. All these functions are available in Laravel. You don't even need to know SQL syntax. So first thing I'm going to demonstrate for you. The first thing here, after finding the all, we will say find all where. And inside the where, you're going to say we pass 3 parameters. So the first parameter is going to be year. So where year, separate with the comma, equal to. So we passed equal, and let's say equal to, let's say 2011, or let's say 2015. I don't even know if we have the 2015 column or not. I don't see anything. Let's say, yeah, we have 2010, about, let's say 2014, right? 14. You might ask why we put equal here. Do we need? Don't we need just ignore this because here where just recognize we need to pass equal sign? No, because you can pass anything here. You can pass greater than 2014, greater than or equals, or less than or equal or less than. So that's why you have the middle kind of parameter here. So you need to pass it. So we pass it, and after that, after using the where, you need to use get method to retrieve it. So I'm just gonna say get. So we're getting this from the database, and all we need to do is just show the paintings or return the paintings inside the war dump. I think it's gonna be much better after closing this. Yep. And let's pop over here, refresh, get an error. So let's say we'll see what's the error. If you see, we have error exception here in line 228. Come back here. The important thing is you need to remember you cannot use all with where together. So you need to use either one, either all or where. You cannot use them both together. Let's just get rid of this all because it's going to find the all. There's no point finding all first and then going through and saying what year are equal to 2014. So we need to use where year equals 2014, and let's just save it and go back to Chrome, refresh, and you can see that we have 2014 right here. Let's just see, we have 2 records, I guess, and this is the first one. We come back here again, this is the second one. So the object, and again the object right here. So that's it. This is the most of the things that you need to do. If you want to know more about the Eloquent ORM, instead where we have different kind of methods like group by, count, max, average, and distinct. We have select, we have join, we have where null, we have having, skip, and get. And you need to remember, after using any of those closures, you need to also use the get method at the end of the and at the end of each one. Say if you have, for example, a variable called user or painting. Let's do it again. Painting equals to a DB class with the table. And inside the table, let's say we have a table called painting, and for the painting we have counts. right? Count, and this is going to count everything. And after that, you need to, for the count, for the max, you don't need to get. You don't need to use the get method. So all you need to just semicolon. The count we have max, we have, and then you have to specify the column name. So for example, price we have. Then we have a max, we have count, we have AVG as an average, we have group by. So let's say group by, B with capital B, and then we have select. So for select, all you need to do is just type the select and then select two things, two parameters. So let's say price and let's say email, and then at the end of it you need to use get. So for the select you need to use get. For distinct, which is going to give you a distinct result, you need to use get. For join, you need to use get also at the get with the parentheses. I forgot to use parentheses. And join uses 3 parameters like where. So maybe sometimes 4 parameters. Say contact. We have contact. We have let's say user ID, user.id. This is a little bit advanced. You don't need it always, but the third one is going to be equals. The fourth one is going to be what column you want to join to. Let's say contact. Let's say .user.id. It can be even go on and on and on, because in join you never know what are you actually joining, but you need to remember that use equal in between them if you want to join anything together. And we have union. You have union, and then in union you can have another kind of SQL statement, which again starts with DB table, a little bit advanced. And also we have, what else left? We have chunk the table. If you want to chunk the table to let's say 100 results, we can do it like so. Let me just put this into a comment, then come down here again. Let me just copy let's say DB colon table. Let me just copy all of this table because I'm not gonna. Then type the chunk function, the k like this, chunk, and then how much you want to chunk, like how many you want to chunk, 100, and then a function which is going to be like let's say user, and after the user semicolon, and then you can have your for each. So you can use it, right? Like this, for each, let's say user again, you pass this variable. This is going to be users. So let's say users as user, right? Then you're going to use the users here. Either you want to print it out or anything you want. I'm going to put this into a comment again. We also have order by. So I'm just going to put it right after this. Say DB table painting, then you have order by. I think I'll show you how to do it. We have group by, we have also having, and after the having we can have 3 arguments. The first one is going to be what you're going to have with, and the second one is going to be either less than or equals or anything you want, and the third one is going to be, let's say 100. The first one is going to be count underscore ID, for example. And after having, for last of all, for offset. For the offset, you don't have any offset keyword. All you need to do is just use the skip, and after how many numbers you want to skip to, let's say 100, let's say 10 for example, to take 5, let's say take 5, we have take keyword, as well as at the end we need a get to retrieve the offset. So for the offset you need skip and take, because offset is actually really good closure to use for paginations. So that's all you need to know about using these closures.